That's right, folks. It's finally release day, and you've just washed up on the shores of Eternum. A mysterious message says to use WASD to move. You meet this guy who looks super dodgy, and this guy who looks even more dodgy. And now your adventure can really begin. With a game as deep and complex as New World, it can sometimes be quite daunting to know where to begin. So I thought I'd put together this guide to help people get started. I hope you like it. Hey folks, I'm CuriousCob, and let's get straight into our top 5 tips for new starters in New World. Gathering and crafting are really important in New World, and during the tutorial you'll be introduced to the tools you need to gather so that you can get the resources to be able to craft things. Ironically, you need to craft those tools before you can start using them, but don't worry, the resources you need to do that will be lying around on the beach in the form of flint, and then further up in the grassy areas in the bushes. Gather about 5 or so flint and about 10 or so green wood, and that should be enough for you to create all of the tools you need from then on. And when you do the tutorial, it'll ask you to create at least one of these, but my recommendation, just go ahead and craft them all. Once you've crafted them and equipped them, you'll then be able to perform all of the gathering skills later on, so you won't run the risk of coming up against a resource and not having the tool for it. There are a lot of weapons to master in New World, and there's a good reason for that. It's a classless system where leveling the weapons is what it's all about. You'll start with a sword and shield, so go ahead and level that and keep working on it until you manage to get the points to buy these abilities, and that will give you some new things to try out with the weapon. Definitely test it out and see what you enjoy playing. It's a great way to do it. And once you've mastered that weapon and once you've kind of got a good feel for it, then you'll inevitably start picking up new weapons like this lovely Warhammer. Give that a go too. It's a completely different style and you might just like it. Don't get too focused on one particular area and getting all of the quests done in that area before you move on. Make sure you keep looking out for new areas where you could be getting quests. And the things that you really want to be looking out for are these. These are the little markers that show you that there's a new quest available. Now, what's really important is that you keep an eye out for when these markers appear, because the way the leveling system works is that actually there will be eligible quests for you in a bunch of different areas. There isn't just one area that's for like level 1 to 20 or level 20 to 30. There are lots of different areas that will have quests available for you in that range. So don't feel too much like you have to stick to one area and get all the quests done, because actually that's going to reduce your opportunities for gaining experience. Pick up as many quests as you can from different areas, and then just try and use fast travel as best as you can to hop around and make sure you hand them in a sensible order. It's a really great way to earn experience quickly. Speaking of opportunities for increased experience, once you reach level 10, you'll be able to pick up quests from your faction master and settlements. Now, these are awesome because they're basically free experience. So whilst you're running around doing the usual quests, you can have these extra quests. There's some PvE ones. There's also some PvP ones. The PvP ones, you will be flagged for PvP, and that means that there's a higher risk. But with greater risk comes greater reward. As well as getting the currency to spend in the faction, you can also gain that extra experience to get you that little bit of a boost. These are obviously most efficient when you can pick them up in the same area where you've got some existing quests going on. So take a little look at the different ones that are available, see which ones are close by to your current quests, and maximize your efficiency. Last, but by no means least, fast travel. Use fast travel. It's just so efficient to get around the map. Once you've discovered the different settlement locations, you'll be able to fast travel between those different settlements, and you'll also be able to fast travel to soul shrines that you discover throughout the world as you progress. These do cost Azoth, which is the in-game currency, but listen, there's no mounts in this game, at least not yet, and this is the most efficient way to be able to quest and then do all your hand-ins at once.